Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mediak. And there's a little bit of explaining for me to do. So in the post that I made into the explanation of the bye week last week, I said that we were going to do Captain America 1 and 2 in this episode. However, I already made the thumbnails for Captain America 1 and 2, so I didn't want to remake the thumbnail and have those go to waste. So I'm just going to remove a movie from our to-do list, and that movie is LXG. So I don't think anyone is going to be really upset about that. So this week is going to be Captain America 1, next week Captain America 2, Captain America 3, and then we're going to go straight into the Supermans after Captain America 4 the following week. But yeah, stick around after the movie review for our normal media news segment and what other stuff we've been watching in the past whatever period of time. But Skylar, Chandler, did you remember the assignment when redoing these superhero movies? There was a specific reason. Okay. It was so that we could judge them as their own movies, outside of the expanded universe, seeing how Captain America 1 connected into 2, into 3, into 4, and judging it that way. This one is not going to apply all that much to it, just because it is the first one in the movie. There's not really much for us to go off of that. I just wanted to...
And exactly connected to 2 yet.
Yeah, exactly. But I just wanted to get that out there just so that we all know how
we're
watching the movies. What?
Connects to episode 1 of What If.
What? The first? Oh, it does connect to the first episode of What If. Yeah, that is technically true. However, that's not how we're judging it, Skylar. We're judging it based off of the next movie. Actually, we're judging this movie based off of this movie, the following movie based off of how it connects to the first movie. Which, to my knowledge, I remember being pretty close. I have a pretty stupid, maybe not stupid, maybe probably head-ass take in relation to this movie that I don't think a lot of people share, or if they do, I haven't seen people talk about this movie in like 10 years. So that's probably why. But what did you guys think about it? What, Chandler first? Sorry, Scott.
I thoroughly enjoy this movie.
Okay.
I think this is probably the first movie I didn't watch in theaters, Marvel related. Yeah, I remember watching it on demand, 2011 when it released.
Okay. You remember watching Iron Man though in theaters?
Yes, for sure.
Damn.
I saw that one, maybe Thor in theaters, not the Hulk, but this one I for sure saw at home. And I really like the movie a lot. I think it's a good origin movie, first of its kind, I guess. And I really don't think I have any gripes with it, really, at all. I think it's very entertaining from beginning to end, and is truly like how Captain America is. Like that's the embodiment of the comics. I think Chris Evans does it spectacularly. So very different from his actual personality in person, which is very intriguing. So I don't think I watched the Fantastic Four films, like the older ones before this movie. I never saw Chris Evans as anything but Captain America. Yeah. But his real personality kind of shines when he's playing Johnny Storm, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Actually. He's closer to Johnny Storm than he is to actually Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Skylar, do you share a similar opinion to Chandler?
Yeah, kinda. I have some gripes. This movie wasn't the utmost entertaining in a lot of it, but I think Steve Rogers at the beginning looks kind of funny, so it was entertaining to look at.
Yeah. You mean CGI wise, right? Like how the
face, how he's just smaller. His head's really big.
Yeah.
My head-ass take is that I'm not super sure because it's been a couple of years since I've gone through and watched a bunch of superhero movies, but I think upon rewatch that this is definitely in my top 10 favorite, possibly in my top 5 favorite. And the reason why is because it's so insanely different from Thunderbolts. The entire time I was watching this movie, I was comparing it to that movie because this one can...
That wasn't the assignment.
No, I know that. But I meant what
how it evolved.
Movie, yeah, and how it evolved exactly. Because this movie flows so naturally and has themes and tell the narrative Thunderbolts, but it does it in such a better way, in a way that also allows it to connect into a grander universe without making it feel dragged down from being connected into that grander universe. Like
Yeah.
we all know what the Tesseract is and we know it's a big deal. But if you've never seen any other movie and you're only watching Captain America, you get it, you know? And I feel like you kind of don't really get that for the most part with the Thunderbolts, even though it is amazing. Like I feel like you don't understand Bucky as a character, you know? But like all the characters in this movie, even though it's not like an Avengers or a Guardians of the Galaxy, we still get this like team and they're fully cohesive in this movie. We learn about like each of them and it's not confusing in a way. I don't know. I really, really like this movie. And I like how there's just conversations sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
you're never going to see that.
Like the Doctor.
Yeah, I love the Doctor. Doctor's like one of my favorite characters in the MCU, even though he's in it for such a short period of time.
The one that dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Well,
I kind of want to. I want to add to that, Zach,
Jesus, Skyler.
with Thunderbolts. Like
Yeah.
in that movie, we mentioned, or in our review, we mentioned how like they pandered a lot or like explained a lot of things to you, like held your hand throughout the film. I didn't notice any of that. Like there were moments where I was like, "Oh, I'm waiting for them to say what I think they're going to say," and they didn't. And he's like, "Hold up, I don't remember this."
Yeah.
So I definitely like that about this movie. I think they just started off knowing that, like, I guess it was like the pilot for Captain America. So the fans that are watching it probably know him from the comics. They didn't feel like they had to explain.
He was kind of a loser character beforehand, though. Not gonna lie. Like,
Really?
I mean, he
kinda-
had his time back whenever he first existed, but after a while, he just kind of was like one of the B or C list characters. This was a return to his like grand form, and it was because of like how great this movie was, in my opinion. And I thought that was one of the big notes I starred whenever I was watching the movie, was that it really doesn't hold your hand. And I absolutely love that. And it's so entertaining that if you did like miss a scene, you just kind of get it. You're just like along for the ride. You just have to be with it. And I love that about it. It made it more enjoyable on rewatch. The funny thing that you mentioned, Chandler, was you said that this is the first movie you don't remember watching in theaters. This is the first Marvel movie I do remember watching in theaters. I have a very vivid memory of this movie, and that's wild. I wasn't even going to bring that up on the podcast until you said that. Sorry.
I think one of them. I think one of the moments where, like Chandler, you said you were like waiting for them to say something, like to hold your hand through it, but they didn't. Was whenever they tried to steal like one of the tubes off of Captain America's like machine. He just took it and ran, and it's not like he's stealing it, so it's making me read on super slow before the war. It's like formula. Oh no!
Yeah,
he just took it, ran, and they just started like instantly firing. Like
that's a great example.
nothing else.
Mhm.
But I think the person who like stands out to me in this movie isn't even Chris Evans. I think it's Howard Stark. Well, I don't know his actor's name. I
I don't know.
apologize for that,
but he's funny.
but I think Howard Stark was a great guy in this one. It was so entertaining. Like whenever you first saw him, because he was with like throughout the entire movie, he was there.
Yeah.
And like he first shows up by showing like the flying car, and he's like, "In a couple of years, it'll be yours," and it fails. And he's like, "In a couple of years."
Dude, I like his line.
that,
and
and-
whenever Captain America. Well, one thing I really enjoy about Captain America is that even after he's like big and buff, he's still just like kind of a child. You're like a little guy, yeah. And it was so funny whenever he was walking with him, and Howard Stark goes, "Fondue is just cheese and bread." I really enjoyed the way that he delivered that
And
line.
he's so innocent.
Yeah, exactly. It was so fun.
It was whenever he was in the car, and he's like, "Agent Carter, you want to go get some fondue after this?"
Yeah. He goes,
What are you two? Fondue. Yeah, he got kind of mad.
Yeah. No, it was funny. And I thought that really fit with his character. One problem that I kind of had with the movie is like the scene that's supposed to show off him being like a great like guy is the scene with the grenade. And ever since I was a kid, I always thought that was a little goofy because everyone's already away from the grenade whenever he jumps on it. So in my head, I'm just like, he didn't really do anything.
Do anything.
Yeah. Like that didn't mean anything. He just killed himself. It was,
Like they all ran away. Why couldn't he just throw it like into the air
Yeah,
or something?
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Or cover it with like a barrel or something close by. I don't think there was anything close by actually.
No.
Oh wait, no, they had tires.
He just was like, you know what? I'm just gonna easy way out. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and then like that's the part that proves I'm wrong.
Yeah,
And it's like,
Yeah.
A guy who's willing to die to save the earth.
Yeah.
Not even anybody, just the ground.
That's my dude, Rich. I love
Someone who's willing to waste his life for no reason.
I also do think that they just underplayed him as a super soldier like the entire time.
I did.
Yeah, I guess he was first, but only
Because the other guy kept saying, like, I thought that one thing that was done really well was that of how different Cap and the Red Skull like were presented, because they talked about themselves as if they were gods. Like the people on the American side, after he started actually fighting for them, they were like, he was like Joy Boy. He entered the fight and it changed the fight entirely. Like that's how they described him. And then Red Skull talked about themselves as if they were like eldritch beasts, like joining, and they were like, we could rule the world. We're destined to do that because we are gods. I thought it was interesting because this is a universe in which there are gods, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
But in this standalone thing, watching this in vacuum, yeah, these guys are kind of gods compared to everyone else. I thought that was really interesting.
the first god that didn't even let fight immediately. He tried to raise money. He didn't even instantly go into a battle. Like Steve Rogers didn't instantly go to a fight. He was performing
Oh yeah,
on stage. They didn't let their super soldier do anything.
I kind of like that because they had to explain this.
Yeah, but like he's super soldier. You made him go win the war, and instead of sending him to go win the war, you send him to raise money.
Gonna be honest, that's what America would do though. Like if we're gonna be for real here, it'd be like, we've created a super soldier. This is the best marketing tool we have.
Yeah, I never noticed.
Instead, they'd be like, "Hey, we have this insane thing that you can't stop, or we're gonna show you how unstoppable it is."
I could see both sides of it. I think that we definitely would take advantage of it monetarily, personally.
Yeah, but not like completely exclude it from military activity.
Hey, it wasn't an entire year, I don't think. How long did it say he went on that tour for?
I'm not sure, but it was a ton of cities.
You think they were scared or nervous to put him on the front lines because like
He just was some goof.
he was kind of like an experiment, or like he's like literally an asset. All the serums in him, like they don't have any extra. They lost the 7th tube,
And he's not a
so like he's too valuable to like throw out there and like risk dying. Maybe because I mean they never really what
I kind of got that interpretation too, because they said some stuff related to that. Like he said something along the lines of like, "You promised me an army, but we just got like a goober and like a suit or some."
Got one guy.
Yeah, and like what he said some
I get
derogatory
guy.
It wasn't just one guy. I don't remember it though. But yeah, I think they just didn't think much about him or think that he could do what Red Skull was capable of doing. Also, I love the Red Skull reveal because like imagine I saw there was a YouTuber I watched, Mr. Sunday Movies. He talked about his time watching this movie for the first time, because in the trailers they never showed Red Skull, and it was still at like a point in comic book movies where you weren't really sure if they were going to do the comic book, you know? It was like, how far are they going to go into it? Are they going to go really goofy? How serious are they going to do it? Is it going to be like Daredevil? Is it going to be like the X-Men? Marvel's doing a weird thing now. He said the reveal, whenever he actually like ripped off his face, was so cool because they, like when the movie started, he just thought that he was just going to be a Nazi for the entire movie. So that's like really awesome. Like I really enjoyed the way that they built up to that. And then they just had it off the entire time for the rest of the movie. And that was peak. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was talking about cast.
Huh?
I thought each person that had like whoever played a role in this movie was perfect.
Yes, I agree.
Cast.
Yeah.
Each role was perfect for every character. Red Skull, I loved the accent. Like he's the Red Skull in my opinion. Like, cause you know, like there's those that what?
I do agree with you. It was a pretty well cast movie.
Yeah. Have you like seen all the people that tried to be Captain America?
Yeah, dude.
Like
So
got Bullseye and Daredevil.
Yeah, Bullseye.
I think he was one.
Was it Chris Evans? Wasn't Chris Evans? No. That was something else. I'm thinking of him and Loki. They both tried to be Thor.
I can't remember his name. He's in The Office and he played.
John Krasinski.
Yes.
Yeah, he tried to be Captain America. There's one other guy too. Okay.
Who's the guy that wants to play in Uncharted, Nathan Drake? Did he try?
Oh yeah, Zachary Levi.
I think maybe.
I don't think he ever had a chance.
Don't know. I don't know. I just can't see anyone other than Chris Evans, but that's just because we've seen him for like 2 decades,
Yeah.
or not quite, but like
He does such a great job too, being this because he's not cocky. He just is so firm in his beliefs of the ultimate moral guy, and I love that. And oh my God, I want to be him morally. Like that's the goal, you know. That's the dream.
Okay.
True Boy Scout for real.
It is, yeah, exactly. That's why this is the Boy Scout. Wait, how many movies are there? So there's 4 of these. Then we're doing 4 Superman movies. What's 8? Octilogy. This is the Boy Scout Octilogy. Yeah. That's what our summer is.
Okay.
What did you think about the Ricky comes out of the tube?
Pod.
Yeah, pod, and he's just completely jacked head to toe.
Absolutely.
First impression.
Doped out. I screamed, paused the movie, and then kissed the screen for about 30 minutes, and then I continued it. And then
he was glistening on both the body and the screen.
You know that scene where Haley Atfeld like touches him?
Yeah, she's like,
that wasn't a part of the script or like meant to do that. She just was like genuinely shocked at how ripped he was and like went for it. And I thought that was funny.
And she hesitated too, though, which I thought was all the better.
Yeah, they're kidding, which is wild. He actually is yoked in the movie, and it's awesome. Speaking of his look, this is my favorite costume. Like one of my favorite costumes in all of like comics. It's so I don't care, Skylar, get out of there. It is the perfect explanation for why he has such a goofy looking costume, but then he levels it up and it's so like military grade. And that first montage, whenever he first gets suited up, oh, perfect. It's so good. It's so good. Up to that like amazing, beautiful shot. This movie is actually very beautiful cinematography. Cinematography doesn't matter. I'm gonna fuck up that word continuously. You guys
shot well.
Yeah, it's shot well, and I really enjoy it. But that shot where he like puts the shield onto his back, and it's like that perfect trailer shot, peak. So good. Mm-hmm. They knew what they were doing with the like start of the montage or end of the montage, wherever they put it in that. It's just so great. Really enjoyed this movie. I loved watching it again. I did not think
knowing what Captain America is now, seeing him run around with the Glock and just like a little handheld. This was so funny. Yeah. He's like running around.
You'd never see that, dude. There's so many deaths in this movie, dude.
There was. What about the one where they're on that little plane and the guy falls off and gets sucked in the propeller? That was little like, whoa.
This was like an actual movie. This wasn't like a kid's movie, you know? And that was wild. That like really took me aback a couple times during this. Like, and I know a lot of them, they were turned into blue dust or whatever, but that's still like a guy that's dead, you know, on the screen. Yeah, I agree. A lot of good practical effects.
Yeah, which was pretty surprising for 2011. I think they had like maybe a handful of bad ones, but like none of them I can remember off the top of my head, but I can remember some of the good explosions. So yeah, if that said anything about that I was a little surprised by that being almost 15 years old, like in a year. Having good practical effects seems crazy.
I feel like they had more practical effects back in the day than they do nowadays, though. You know, I feel like it's more impressive to have practical effects now.
Yeah, because now it's just CGI this, CGI that. It's
true.
Is it? I don't know if it's necessarily cheaper as CGI, but it's probably less work.
It's safe
to figure out,
and it's cheaper if you know what you're doing. You know, like if you have a plan and you go in and you commit to it before and keep like everything going, then yeah, it might be a little cheaper. But like if you change the script in the middle of the movie after you've already shot something, and then you waste like 100 hours on a scene that no longer is going to be in the movie, then yeah, that's going to be expensive.
Fair. Yeah, that's a good point. But at the same time, it is enough to take practical effects without know what you're doing. That's also going to get pretty crazy. And you have different locations every time, depending on what you're talking about.
This is crazy. It's almost as if there's a process to making movies, and you should start with the script. Holy shit. Oh my God. Who would have thought? Not Marvel in the last 5 years. It was crazy.
Well, even right now, aren't they still redoing Fantastic Four?
I don't know. I didn't see that, but I wouldn't be shocked. They also are scrapping Blade altogether. So like
confirmed,
basically,
or is that?
Well, they need a new director and a new script, and they just wasted $10 million on a set that they're no longer using. So I would go ahead and say that whoever is up top is going to say that's officially canned. You know, like they were previously just wasting time. Now they actually wasted money. So yeah, you know,
Yeah. Well, going back to CGI, I know we talked about his like face. I guess is that like the first
I like
sign of faking, or like that's like I don't know of any other.
They've had others. Where did Tron Legacy came out in the same year? I'm pretty sure they did deep faking in that.
Oh right,
It doesn't look as good. I think it actually looks pretty good in this movie. Like
I agree. It's probably a little noticeable because you could just see like his face doesn't fit on the skinny body whatsoever.
So much bigger than what a head on that body would be. But for the time, I think it looks amazing. It's
Yeah.
There's never a time in which they're like looking up to where Chris Evans would be. They're always looking down. I know they had like a stand-in too, but like it looks very natural. It's shocking how good it looks for especially at the time.
What about just CGI backgrounds? Like whenever he's on a motorcycle, like there's sometimes you notice like
sometimes
there's obviously green screen, but I thought the backgrounds and the green screens, like this, like the scenes or like the settings, like when they're in the snowy mountains or out on the forest, I thought it looked really good. Even though the green screening was noticeable,
yeah,
the environment looked good enough that it wasn't like it wasn't jarring.
You're right. It wasn't like it was Black Widow 2020, you know?
Yeah.
I think that scene.
Yeah, or Daredevil.
Did Daredevil have like, oh yeah, Daredevil had some pretty bad. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. No, this is substantially better than that. But yeah, I'd say the bit that you mentioned with the snow is probably the most noticeable the CG was for me, at least in the movie, like the CG backgrounds. But it still wasn't that bad. Bucky thawing off obviously was like a good scene because Chris Evans. However, he didn't fall like at a rate that I felt like was gravity. You know, I felt like he went slow then fast. That might be a stupid thing. That's all. I'm also not removing points for that because I know how stupid of a thing that is. We're talking about like bad CG moments, so I'm just saying things that I thought of. You know?
Yeah. I definitely thought it was a little goofy too. Maybe because like the train was moving horizontally and they were following inception. I don't know.
You know?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Train's moving that fast.
I'm so happy you guys got that from a movement of my hand and a sound.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Translated well.
Well, every time your hand was Bucky, it kind of.
Well, get it because he loses an arm. It's my hand is.
Yeah, and gone.
I'm so funny. It's awesome.
Well, there.
It's crazy.
One more thing that I did have was the twist at the end. I actually kind of did like whenever they were like they could like woke him up like in a room and he's like
good.
And then he's like, I was at this game.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on. Like that was cool. And then like the room broke down. You saw like everything you saw is like you've been asleep for 79 years.
Yeah.
Or 70 years. I think
it's a hard cut to black on I Had a Date. Oh, so good. It's amazing. That I wrote whenever that happened, I said no other MCU movie has the balls to end like that. And then after I thought about it for a little bit, I put in parentheses other than Infinity War because Infinity War did have the balls to end like that, but no other one does. Only those two movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the ending of the film was probably my favorite.
Me too. Actually, me too. It's so good. It's such a great scene.
Yeah.
All together.
I also another one that I did really like was whenever he was on the table at the doctor's with the doctor who's going to make him a super soldier. Mm-hmm. And he like talked about how he like applied like 4 different times to different addresses, everything just trying to get into the war. And he got asked the trick question, which I'm not going to say on YouTube.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Because I was going to say, I don't know if we'll get targeted for it, but I don't care. Whenever he walks in and he says, do you want to kill Nazis? And he's like, I don't want to kill anyone or whatever. It was so great. I just don't.
Yeah, it was. He's like, is this a test? He asked like 8 times, like, is this a test? Like every time he talks with the guy.
And he just said,
he knows.
Yeah. He looked at him and said, yeah. Because he knew that Steve wasn't going to change his answers because it's a test. Because he knows that Steve is that good of a guy. It's so.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I did like that scene. I like that one too.
Also, obviously, the scene where they're sitting on the bed and they're talking about like what it takes to be a good super soldier.
Yeah.
Those two scenes are the reason why the Doctor is one of my favorite characters in the MCU. It's awesome.
The drink also wasn't that seems also just naturally funny whenever he's getting ready to take a drink. He's like, no, a drink with an operation. No.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, we'll see later. He's like, no, you'll save it. I don't have operation tomorrow.
Which he didn't save much of it, did he?
No, he said he drank most of it. This movie's so good. The dialogue
Crazy. He has to run the operation. Why is it like?
Yeah,
he's probably going to be consuming alcohol the night before.
I also feel like the jokes, like I feel like it was as consistently funny as like the Thunderbolts was, but the jokes were more. They were better woven into the conversation, and it felt like they were more like talking to each other, and it just so happened to be funny rather than all of them were saying jokes repeatedly.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of humor hit hard for sure. I wonder if I wrote anything down.
I like that bit whenever the Nazis were running, not the Nazis, the Hydra guys were running, and he was like, cut off one head, 2 more will return in his place, and he shot him with a shotgun, and he goes, let's go get 2 more. I really enjoyed that guy. What was his name? Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones was great in this movie. Very enjoyable. Basically every character was. I really, really enjoyed this movie and all the acting, everything to the end. And that conversation between Steve and Haley Atwell at the end of the movie as he's flying down is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Really great stuff. One of my favorite superhero movies, and I stand by that. And I forgot to say this. My hat-ass take is not that this is in my top 10, maybe top 5, but it's that I think this is better than the next one.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
find out.
I'm very excited for the next one.
I'm very excited for the next one. I really enjoy these movies.
You were talking about costumes. I love the second movie's costume a lot.
Isn't it? Oh, you mean the one at the beginning?
I think it's just like a little darker, like more like
He wears the one from this movie at the end.
In that,
Yeah. At the beginning,
maybe I just okay. If it's the same, then I like this current.
I guess we'll see.
He doesn't wear the helmet per se, though. I don't think. It's like he kind of gives that up.
I love the helmet. Keep the helmet.
Yeah, I think he kind of gives it up.
I'm a big fan of it. Zach likes. Whatever. These movies aren't made for me. I just like them a lot. What were we doing? We were doing something else?
I think we're almost at the numbers point, but I definitely have a lot that I want to say for certain.
Go ahead at it. Oh, we were talking about the next movie. I am excited for the next movie. Go ahead. What were you going to say? You said you have a lot else to say?
I do have a lot to say, actually. I wrote down so much that we actually haven't talked about.
Really? Damn.
I guess I said I had no gripes in the beginning, but that's just because I only remember great things. There are a couple of things I do remember writing down, like the Tesseract. Why was it where it was? And like, I just kind of thought, like, are we just supposed to accept that?
Judging it as its own thing.
I know.
We're not supposed to look at it from the other universe.
How to get there? Why is it
How to get there?
Dude,
why is it there?
Captain Marvel ruins this, like why in actually wait, no, this leads into Captain Marvel. It makes sense that it's there because it was there for the rest of time.
Yeah, but I'm just like, wait, was Captain Marvel after this, right?
Definitively. It is like 40 years after.
But still, why is the Tesseract there? It's like Asgardian cow. Like, it's literally.
This is the first time we see it. It does not matter. This is the first time we see it.
Yes,
It doesn't matter,
just
Shannon.
But I'm just thinking, though, how does Thor and Odin leave it on Earth? They're like, this is a really power, like,
valid question.
like
Did you
energy
know that the
source.
tree is what Loki is? It's foreshadowing,
Yeah, I saw the life of tree.
It's not foreshadowing. There's no
Life
way
or whatever.
we expected Loki to turn into a big tree.
Of course not. No, there's no way.
Yeah, no.
They probably look back and be like, this will definitely tie in.
Killed it.
That we went from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other thing.
We already took out CGI.
Yep.
The Bond mark. We talked about marketing, like whenever he was running around as like a little TV soldier. Did you notice how like every single time they talk about bonds, like you could buy a bond, like that's the thing, like that's how you can support America in this war. I never noticed that.
There's a bullet in your best guy's gun.
Yeah, for every single time I watched this movie, I for some reason never understood. Like I never, it went over my head or whatever. But I don't know. When I was watching the movie, I wrote it down and it hit harder. Maybe because I actually know how bonds work.
Well, it's like what I was saying. Like they're not in a worse movie. They would have explained to you what a bond is. Well, they kind of did. They just said when they buy this, it'll give ammo to the troops. They said that once in the movie. If you didn't get it, it doesn't matter. You're just watching the movie now. He's now dancing. Deal with it.
Yeah.
You know? And I like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, they definitely didn't tire or hold your hand through that. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's not so hard to understand a bond. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't even listen. To be honest with you.
Exactly. But it didn't matter. You still enjoy the movie.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't necessary, but it adds.
Not everyone has to get everything to like a movie.
Yeah. Scott, you don't have anything to say too, do you? Because like you all have to wait.
If you're shortcutting, I'm done with my list.
Go stupid, go crazy.
So true.
I really, really loved the moment when Cap snuck out and rescued all of the American prisoners. I like the moment of them walking back gave me chills.
Yeah.
Truly. Like I was just, it was so cool. And whenever he was describing where the enemy base locations were and like, putting like little map markers on like the map they had, I don't know why I thought this. Maybe it's because I'm playing Days Gone, or I finished it rather. I thought like you can make a video game out of this. That could be all the Hydra camps you needed to go and take out.
And that's crazy, Chandler. They're doing that. They're
I know
doing that.
I'm so excited for that movie to come out, or that game to come out. Bro.
So that game looks amazing. I am actually so excited for that game.
Is that the one with like the Panther crossover?
Black Panther,
Okay.
And Black Panther and Captain America absolutely going to town on World War II. That is so cool. I'm so excited for that.
They teased it years ago, though. I remember like 2 or 3 years, and so it's probably gonna be good.
I hope
they've
it's
been
gonna be good, bro.
if it's been fermenting and
You
baking.
can't say that, dude, because Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. That fermented for like 10 years. You can't say that.
Fair.
I know there was anyone, but
There is
That's the-
fermenting.
You can't go wrong with Black Panther and Captain America.
It's gonna be so cool, dude. Imagine if that's multiplayer, dude. If that's multiplayer, we have to do it on stream, like once a week. We get the two of us.
I know
plus
it's like
Cassie
4
or something.
player or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
because you can play it.
I know there's
either hero. Yeah, or like a soldier. I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Yeah, it's someone from the Howling Commandos that we didn't even talk about. Actually, they were great. I enjoyed them in this movie. And then one of the Black Panther guards. I can't remember their name. Someone help. Help. What's your name?
I wanted to say Shatiri, or
No, that's
I
his
think
sister.
that's like
That's his sister.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I can't remember her name or the group that she's in, but you guys get what I mean. They're making a TV show.
Yeah.
With them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the other character you play as in that game. I think it would be sick to do if it's multiplayer and like you could have 4 people play and then each person plays one thing. I think it would be sweet if we did that on stream. I think that'd be really
That would be pretty sick.
cool. We play through that.
That would be sick.
I'd be down for that. Skylar, I'd buy it for you. I know that face. That's the face of Skylar going, I don't know if I want to put money in that.
let me look at it first. Let me make sure it's been me.
Okay.
I want to see it first. I don't want to.
It all almost
Go in.
implies that it's online and we can all play together. If we can't do it, it's done.
It has to be, right? Like, why would they give you so many characters to play?
Yeah.
Or, like, what would be the online mechanic? I guess just fighting.
It's online. All I know right now is that there's a story behind it.
Same. I'm just.
Yeah.
It'll be. I don't know. Like, it can maybe be
We're
low.
not talking about Captain America anymore. We should definitely give our numbers and then we can go back.
All right, I have 2 things to say though. Just 2 more things.
Hit it, brother.
Okay, so Red Skull getting teleported at the very end,
Mm-hmm.
like that's how the final fight disperses. I'm not sure if I like that. I definitely remember not liking it earlier, and rewatching it, I made sure to like notice that. I don't know. I don't like how like that was the ending of the fight. Just like Thunderbolts, like I remember like wanting a big fight, but like these guys are powerless against Sentry or the Void. But in this situation, I think, like, I don't know, he kind of beat up Red Skull, and then Red Skull's like, let me just touch the Tesseract and then ban it. And I just...
My explanation behind it was at the very beginning of the movie, the guy told him that he can't touch it because he's going to be like touching directly gods and it'll like burn him or something like that. And he said something along the lines of like, oh, I've already been burned or whatever shit. So like, I just
why touch it?
What?
So then why did he touch it?
Because he probably thought like, we're evenly matched. I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to use the power of the gods to fight against this guy. And it just was too great for him. I know that's like a bad explanation. It's not my favorite part of the movie either, going to be honest. But I do like the actual climax is just him and Peggy, because that's what the movie was about. It was like a romance movie.
Yeah. That was the time.
They were going to kiss or something, but then they didn't.
They were going to fondue.
Then they did, and then they didn't dance.
They were going to fondue, man.
They were going to fondue. Possibly.
Missed their date.
Cheese and bread.
All right, last one. You guys ever seen the TV show Shield?
Yep.
You seen all of it?
I don't.
Nope.
So it's been years since I've seen it, and I'm pretty sure I saw all of it. But I know it's not canon.
It time traveled, and then I didn't like it. It was canon for a bit.
But it's not now.
No, because it used to connect in with it. Like I remember they had episodes that connected in with Age of Ultron, and then also Winter Soldier. Like Shield actually dispersed in the show Shield whenever Shield dispersed in Winter Soldier. I thought that was really cool. I just stopped getting interested in it whenever they time traveled. I was like, okay, this is weird.
Oh yeah, now I remember the time travel. That definitely was weird because they went to the future, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I didn't like it.
There was so much I didn't like, but like
I like the Ghost Rider. I thought he was sick in that.
Yeah, he's chill.
Really
he's
cool.
chill.
Yeah,
they definitely won't bring him back as Ghost Rider, will they?
probably not. They'll probably go to Nick Cage. They know Nick Cage more.
Nick Cage is like nostalgic in that. But I just want to say, like their Hydra existed in this show, Shield, and their main like what they were trying to do out this whatever season it was actually rescue or retrieve the actual Hydra guy. Like there is someone who has like snakes, like a Medusa thing.
I don't remember this.
It was on a planet somewhere. It was so weird, and I just thought, like, how does that? If that's like their Hydra, their actual leader, their actual deity that they, I don't know, worship or whatever, that didn't really translate in this film. I didn't notice any of that. Like Red Skull.
Well, good thing
I know
I'm judging it compared to that, Chandler.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Thank God we're not doing that.
It's uncanon. So like, this is just it's hearsay, right?
Yeah, you're just saying.
Well, it doesn't even matter. But I just was a little confused. Like I just didn't. They definitely don't tie in that regard.
Yeah, don't even with that. I don't even know what you're yapping about over there.
I'm saying, bro, it was really weird. That season was really weird, but I was definitely young enough that it was entertainment, so I watched it.
Hell yeah. I remember I watched too much of that show. I do remember watching it weekly with my mom and brother.
I watched with my mom too.
Yeah. I thought
it was just a fun
line back then, but I definitely don't think I'd like it now. I don't know though.
I like that they brought back Phil Coulson, right?
Yeah. I like Coulson.
Yeah, he was
not a comic book character. Or new character for the movies, and then they killed him off.
Yeah, but then brought him back.
And then brought him back in that TV show because people liked him. Tahiti.
I think we're just doing like hashtag Coulson. Like there was social media push or movement around it, and that's why they brought him back for the show. I'm pretty sure.
Is that actually true? Sam, that's wild.
I'm 100% certain. Like it was like hashtag something, and then they made the show, and like Nick Fury like revived him with whatever machine that was. I don't know.
I just have a hard time believing that it's good because there's no way they were able to write cohesively as Marvel movies were coming out, because there's no way that Kevin Feige was telling them what they were going to do in advance so they could write the scripts, you know?
Yeah, honestly, it was probably like a little Netflix project. You know how like those don't tie in whatsoever. But what's that?
I know it came out on Fox, and also the difference with the next Netflix projects is that Punisher and Daredevil are good.
Yep. Maybe the first season of Shield was good, but like after that, actually after the first season of Shield was good because
I watched it.
They had a guy that was on the team who turned out was a spy the whole time, and you don't find out until the very end.
Spoilers, Chandler.
It's uncanon though. It's uncanon. So who even cares?
All right, we should give the numbers, dude. We're talking about different shit now. We've been talking about different shit for like 20 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Taylor, get it. Go. You're going first.
I gave it an 8.
Okay. Fair.
Take Zach.
Oh, I'm up. I think I should
Yeah.
go last because I had the bold takes that I had.
I think mine might be bold, so I think you should.
Okay. I love this. I had a great time with this movie. I was expecting to enjoy it because I've never watched this movie and not enjoyed it. I actually also something I've gone the entire podcast without saying so far is that we've actually reviewed this movie on the podcast. The next 3 movies we've actually reviewed on the podcast before. Me and Jack, they were some of the first things we've ever talked about on this podcast. And I was a completely different person back then. And I sure as hell did not go and re-listen to that episode because I don't want to listen to myself. I'm not gonna lie, I hate it. But
I might go back and rewatch it.
yeah, go ahead. Like hear what I said. I remember enjoying it. I don't remember having the same opinions I did now, but going into it, I just was excited to watch it. And as I was sitting there, I was like, this is what like a comic book movie should be. And the entire time, just was having a blast. Because it's very rare that I don't like pause a movie to get up to go to the bathroom, pace around just for a little bit because it's who I am, or like get a snack, something like that. I just lasered this movie. And that very rarely happens whenever I'm watching something in my apartment. I love this one. This is a 9 out of 10 for Zach. Skylar?
All right. So I give it a 6.5.
That's not that bad.
I thought it was above average for sure, but it wasn't the most entertaining thing to me. And there are definitely others that I prefer over this one that are in like just the Marvel universe alone.
Super valid.
6.5. So what? We're at a
80%. It's 23.5 out of 30. So 0.78333. So 80%. That's that. That makes sense for me. I'm happy with that. That's about what like it is on Rotten Tomatoes and other sites. So I'm satisfied with that.
Okay.
All right.
I was gonna say before I gave my number 8, I really wanted to round up to 8.5 after everything we were saying, but I said 8 because that's what I wrote down.
Hey, you locked it in, bro. Nothing you can do about it. No, I'm kidding.
I'm just saying, if it was 8.5, it would have been 80%.
It would have
right?
been 80%. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not upset with our average because it would have been what I wanted to do.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Whatever. Chandler's an 8.5 now. Okay. Fine.
Not really.
Who cares?
No.
It doesn't matter.
I'm saying like, oh wait, sorry, my laptop's closing. Everything that we were saying about the movie up until the numbers made me think my number should have been higher, but it isn't.
Okay.
Okay.
He locks it in 8. It's an 8. We're going to get into movie news now. This is actually very exciting news for everyone here because I know Skylar's getting excited because it's Spider-Man related. I'm excited because it's Nick Cage related. And Chandler is excited because of both of those reasons. So we got some footage and also pictures of the new Spider Noir TV show. It's also confirmed going to be both released in black and white and in color. I'm going to exclusively watch it in black and white because that's how it should be viewed. I don't even think they should be releasing a colored version at all, just because of that's how we know the character, And also, have you guys seen the pictures or the clips?
I've seen no.
I've seen the pictures.
Okay. What are your opinions? Chandler, you haven't seen it. I'm going to try to get a good picture for you. Skylar, what's your opinions on the eyes being lighted?
I'm gonna be honest. It's been a minute since I've seen a picture. I just remember vaguely seeing it because I think you sent me it.
Okay.
Like Sith eyes lighted? What you mean by that?
They have literal lights in the clip. He's in the dark, and then he flicks on something on his goggles, and it turns the lights on.
Okay.
I'm being serious. I don't know how to feel about it.
I don't know.
Interesting. Is this a Sony film?
Yes, this is a Sony film.
I'm scared.
Because I'm scared. It's a TV show, actually. Give me a second. I'm trying to find it. Okay, I only have the behind the scenes, but you can kind of make it out. Oh no, this is so blurry. This is crazy. This is gonna look great.
Zach, I have a hot take for you.
There we go. Imagine those eyes, but lit up.
Okay.
That's what he looks like. I am excited because Nick Cage is Spider-Man.
That's gonna be so sick.
Yeah.
I look forward to that.
Well, unless it's bad, but it'll still be funny at least a little bit to talk about that. Skylar, what was your hot take?
I don't like Nick Cage as Spider-Man.
Why? He's Spider-Man.
I just don't like Nick Cage.
He's a jerk.
Yeah,
Whatever.
unfortunately.
But it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but he's also in
First.
the Hidden Treasure. Hidden Treasure.
Oh, National Treasure, and Skylar didn't like this.
Yeah. I don't like that movie a lot, and it kind of ruins it for it. He kind of gets ruined from that movie for me. Personally, I can never see him outside of it.
But what if this makes you love him? You know what I mean? Like,
That would be awesome.
Hey, you love Spider-Verse.
That was awesome.
Spider-Verse. As Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know, but it's not like him. It's like just his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hear some Oda talk?
Yeah. Oh, I do.
Oda specifically said, I don't want this to happen. He said, I don't want there to be any spin-offs, but if I were to do one, I came up with a magnificent story about Garp. I'd like to draw his relationship with Akainu, Aokiji, Smoker, Hina, Kobe, Cypher Pole, and Roger. Other than that, Revolution Army spinoff focusing on Dragon would be interesting and serious. So he technically said there is a possibility that these might happen in the future. In a way, kind of.
I think my favorite part about that guy is he talks like he doesn't write it.
Yeah, that is true. He does do that. I love that guy. He's
like, man, like,
it would be
this
crazy.
Levy guy got a really sad backstory. It's like, man, this guy got a really sad backstory. It's kind of depressing.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like, man, I couldn't even imagine if this were to happen. Like, bro, you're writing it. You know.
Chandler, next piece of news, I think you either know about or might be upset that I'm telling you about it. But Kristen Ritter posted and said that she is confirmed going to be Jessica Jones in the next season of Daredevil. Are you upset that she said that in an announcement on Instagram before any trailers or anything like that? Or like, what do you...
Is that the one that she plays Jessica Jones in the Netflix series?
Yeah.
I'm not upset. I never watched Jessica Jones. Like,
I watched the first episode. I didn't like it, so I stopped.
Yeah, I didn't really watch so much either, but I'm pretty sure Luke Cage is in that.
He is, yeah.
Which I thought was cool. I thought like the crossovers that they were doing was neat, but what even is she just like a super soldier, or is she like actually like a
I don't know what you classify her as, if she's a super soldier, a mutate, a mutant. I don't know.
Inhuman, that's what they call him.
Yeah, Inhuman. She can like lift up things and can't. Is that her only power?
I know she's just strong. She's strong.
Yeah, she's also a detective.
Yeah. I honestly found this even boring. So
I didn't watch it all the way through, so I can't say that. But I don't know. I just have interest in it. Well, I just was like, I think it's weird that like we haven't even technically got like a confirmation of season 2. We just know that they're filming it because we've seen them film it. And she just was like, hey, Jessica Jones got dolled up for Disney upfronts. Can't wait for Jessica Jones to come back in the MCU with Daredevil. And I just think that's a little weird.
Like Tom Holland, how like he like leaks things.
Yeah, kind of was like that. That.
Interesting.
Oh, Skylar, I mean, terrible news for you. Okay, go ahead, Chandler.
I was gonna say I don't really care so much one way or the other. I just hope it's good. Good.
I'm not watching this season, so I'm just gonna hope they can catch me up in the next season. So that'll be crazy. Skylar, here's my terrible news. We're getting a John Madden biopic movie starring
I saw that.
Christian Bale and Nick Cage. Nick Cage is playing John Madden. Yeah. Wild.
I know. I saw that. He looks really close to John Madden.
I'm excited for that, actually.
But I don't. I think it's going to be bad.
You want to hear something?
That'd be interesting.
It definitely will be interesting. My mom's not excited for it. She said, I don't think he can do it. I said, okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. I was like, okay, I get that.
Yeah, like, there are just so many things. Because, like,
is it? Do you think
like, let's get together. But, like, how are they going to act? Like, they're probably not going to act like he would have, because that's not going to end well for a movie if they act like they did then. So I feel like it's just going to be a very poor, like, oh, what if he was like kind of like let's like change, not really change.
Maybe they know, maybe they know how he acted.
Well, I'm saying they probably can't, because they have very different opinions on various people back then.
Fair.
And it was definitely very mean and very unnecessary.
Very nice.
So
definitely
that is one of them. Yeah, and that's definitely not going to happen. But at the same time, like, how do they have somebody that just knows like that? That's the other thing.
Also, if they did do that, dude, football fans are going to be what's watching this movie, and they would be so upset if they
Yeah, like, I feel like it's a terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like it's just like they really need to knock it out of the park, or it's gonna.
Well, they can't, because
tragic.
if they however, you gave a perfect reason why that this movie is going to be bad, because like if they portrayed it accurately and made him like seem to be a bad guy, then no one's going to like it. But that's the accurate way to do it. If they make it entertaining, then it's not accurate, and no one that like cares about the accuracy of it is going to like it. It's a bad idea from the start, actually.
Yeah, you need to pick somebody recent.
Do you guys think like it's a little too soon or maybe disrespectful? Like, I'm sure they got approval from the family, and I know it's gonna bring in money, but like, do you think it's a little too soon? Like, it's like a kind of a cash grab, like, because he just kind of recently passed like a couple years ago, right?
He died, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So maybe not.
I feel like it's partly a cash grab.
Definitely.
I also think it's just like
This is very recent, you know, like they didn't waste much
Yeah.
time for making this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like they might be also looking at like other football movies and other football TV shows that have been made, and they kind of typically were pretty well done. And because I didn't watch like All American, which is one of them, but like I've heard it's pretty popular. And then like The Blind Side is
Oh yeah, that's a good
pretty
one.
solid. Yeah, so like
Didn't that one end up being bad? Not the movie. The
Oh.
movie was like a high quality movie, but didn't like that guy end
Family?
something like that.
I'm not sure. You were something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was like the money situation afterward. I don't
I
know,
think you're right. Yeah.
but yeah, I think they might just be looking at the like success of like sport in entertainment, and they're kind of trying to capitalize on that. They're like, who's somebody that most people know?
Sport
And they just picked like John Madden.
ball man.
Yeah, who's the biggest sport ball teacher that I can remember?
You guys want to hear something funny?
Sure.
Yes.
You remember when streaming services were first coming out and HBO was like, I'll do one, HBO Max. And then they were like, you know what? We're rebranding Max. Well, you know
I
what?
still have the HBO mixed up.
We're rebranding again back to HBO Max. That's
Lying.
I'm being serious. They're actually doing
No.
I don't know why they ever went from HBO Max.
They still call it HBO
Definitely
Max.
just confused.
I to this day I still call it HBO Max. So like
That's where it is.
this isn't gonna change anything for me. Because I'm just now I'm
call it
gonna be
Max.
right.
I'm always Max.
Yeah. Well, that won't change. You could still call it Max.
But-
Get it.
That ruins on my Apple TV. I had HBO Max whenever it was HBO Max, and I never deleted it because I was like, I'm gonna be the only person
Unless
to still have HBO Max, but now it's ruined.
well, unless it's a new app again, and then you'll be the only person that has the original HBO Max.
Will the original app work? Or
No.
is it just there to be there?
It's just there.
That's awesome.
Shit.
But it is there.
Hey, who likes cock? Clash of Clans.
What do you think?
You didn't hear me?
No,
Oh.
I heard who likes.
Oh, dude, I said who likes cock?
Oh yeah, we heard that.
Okay. Clash of Clans, you know? Great game.
You're getting Netflix.
Yeah, that's it. Skyler, you stole it out of my mouth. They're making an animated TV show for Clash of Clans.
That's so cool. I
hope it's
I'm
really
looking at that.
So bad. What are they
it's gonna be terrible, bro. It's gonna be like Angry Birds.
I know.
Yes.
but, like, it's gonna look cool, hopefully.
Dude, maybe they add more to like the different troops. That'd be kind of funny. Like how the barbarian became the barbarian. What they do in the training camps.
I have
What
more
the balloons
fun.
look like.
This week is a crazy one. This one's wild, bro. This is crazy.
Yeah, it is. John Madden remake. Spoiler for another season. Clash of Clans. This is truly one for the ages.
In HBO Max, like that's a goofy one all over
And
this place. And I got this one.
And,
I had to Google this next one because I thought it was fake. Like I thought it was like one of those fake news sites that like post like obviously incorrect article titles because no one will ever believe it. It's the guy who made Borderlands 4, responding to people complaining about. Scott,
I saw
this is wild.
Yeah.
This is wild that he said this. He was people complaining.
Fans would pay $80 for it.
Did you know this?
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, he said if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, Borderlands has never been lower on the totem pole than ever. Why are you saying this, dude? Like, that movie killed your brand.
Yeah.
Like, completely.
That was
You cannot be saying, yeah, dude, real fans will find a way to make it happen. Wild.
those devs have to be so mad. They're putting in so much time for a game that's never going to be played by the
right
mad
now,
populace.
bro. They are kicking and screaming.
Unbelievably insensitive and just
Wild.
oblivious.
Not even like just insensitive, but like you just put out one of the worst movies ever
Made. Like,
and then you're like, you know what will restore our brand? Hey, why don't you release a comment in response to this? Yeah, I'm not changing the price. Figure it out. Yeah, crazy.
And
Crazy state.
people that won't buy it, dude. You're saying that they're not a real fan, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's
Ridiculous.
insane. Some people genuinely just do not have the ability to get that.
What do you think this is?
There's still a
GTA
thing.
6, bro? It's Borderlands. Recognize your brand. Come on.
Yeah, well, GTA is gonna be like $110 or something, but like,
Right, but you get what I mean, you know?
yeah, it's if you're gonna have a ridiculously priced game, you need to be a ridiculously
Crazy game. You need to be Elden Ring. Elden Ring was $70. Like, why are you more expensive than Elden Ring? You have no reason to be.
yeah, you're the same price as Mario Kart World, in which everybody's complaining about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, all right, okay. I don't think that one should be $80.
You're going in the wrong side. They're joining the wrong side in the fight.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I honestly think Borderlands probably is more entertainment than Mario Kart. I don't know. It depends. Hey, unless it's garbage. I don't know.
The Mario movie was better than the Borderlands movie.
That's definitely true. Never mind. Checkmate. You got me.
I feel like Mario Kart has more replayability.
No, that's definitely true. But I don't know. Like, if the next patch is $80, I'm definitely getting it. But like, I won't be happy about it. You know?
I'm not gonna be happy either, but I'm getting both of them.
Fuck this, dude. All right.
I play him too much.
I don't want to talk about this depressing world we live in anymore.
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, you have news?
Yeah. If I can say something after.
No. This may or may not be cut out of the video. But
No, fuck. Wait, give me a second here. I gotta
Ray, get the title card.
Sorry, so that it.
okay. It's not bad or anything. You just might want to cut this out of the video.
Okay, say it. I'm just saying. I'm writing down the time.
I go to the bathroom so bad. I need 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Promise 2 minutes, guys. Bathroom's right here.
That's so funny. This is awesome. I'm happy he warned us.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna say something.
I'm gonna stop there. Actually, wait. Do we want to keep talking? We could. What's the point? Why would we cut this?
Yeah. Yep. We don't have to. But
Yeah, no. Let's cut it.
like,
Just-
I was trying to go back to that Borderlands. That like what? Like okay, I get they probably raised their price because they probably lost a lot of money from the movie, so they're probably like in debt, like a good bit, right?
I just
And
think they're trying
they're a
to
good company, so they'll play with that. Like but like this is definitely them trying to recover some capital.
Definitely.
But like there are so many other ways that have worked so much better for everybody else than just raising the price of the base game. Like just add in-game stuff and let people buy
$60. Actually, I think it was $50.
It's
It doesn't need to be that expensive because like
no, it does not.
they're just trying to,
Like,
they're not trying to like regain their lost money. They're trying to like insanely make a profit off of this, which is just kind of stupid in my opinion because like their brand doesn't have any like reason for them to make it. Nintendo's able to do this because they know people are going to buy their shit, you know? Like
That's the only way you can get it. You're only getting it.
exactly.
Pre-ordered all the consoles they had
Exactly.
to sell.
Dude, I guarantee they're fucking begging people to pre-order Borderlands 4 right now, dude. They need that to be cheap.
Yeah, like the certain companies that probably could get away with that are like, is it Activision for Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Like they could get away with a statement like that. People love Call of Duty. They're never changing that. Like any of this, like EA Sports could say something like that, and they could get away with it. It doesn't matter. That's the only way to get it.
Yeah.
So like you can get another like Borderlands style game from somebody else without paying that but like Call of Duty has like its own experience that like you're like, oh, I'm getting the new COD because you can play with everybody. With like the EA games, it's very difficult to find a replacement like similar like that. But I feel like it's easier with Borderlands. Why are you saying this? Like
You're saying that
they're putting themselves under. Like there's no way this has to be like game of the year for a statement like that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that actually.
It really has to be. I don't think it's gonna be better than Hogwarts Legacy either.
Also, like it's been like 10 years since Borderlands 3. And they need like a reason to make them like come back. Like I understand that it's probably going to be like, oh, they're so dry for content, you know. But if it looks like it's shit and it's $80, I would just be like, you know what, like Chandler, if we watched the trailer for Black Ops 6 Zombies and Terminus and Liberty Falls looked like absolute dog shit, and the new Call of Duty was $80. I might just be like, you know what? I like my old maps. I think I'm okay.
I like Cold War. Cold War is funny.
You know, Cold War is kind of fun. Black Ops 3 is pretty good. I think like they need to be giving the people a reason to actually get the game instead of just shooting up the price.
Yeah. But that's why I was like, if they could keep the price down, and if people truly cared, they could add in-game stuff they could get separately.
Yeah.
Where it's like an option.
yeah.
Make a little extra money that way. It works so much better.
Yeah.
It's proven to work so much better. Microtransactions are everywhere. So why are you adding all the cost up front? You're just swaying people away.
I wouldn't be like the happy. I wouldn't be upset if we got rid of microtransactions, but like I understand that that's like the reason why things are able to be as cheap as they are video game wise. Because like it is up to you for how much money you're spending. You know, it's not the game forcing
and I think
that amount of money.
And I think that's better than that, because like if you're like, hey, I just want that, as long as it's not gambling. But as if it's just upfront, just like, hey, this is the price and there's extra stuff you can get. Do what you want. And then somebody's like, oh, you know what? I'm a huge fan. I have a little extra disposable like income for me. I'll get something.
Yeah.
And some people are like, you know what? I like the game, but I don't really want to spend any extra. They play the same game.
Yeah.
That's a major gripe that I have, because I think it's so stupid. It makes me so angry.
That really upset me whenever I saw that. And I can't believe I read that off of IGN. That was wild. I was like, fuck. It has to be.
Is this 2 weeks in a row that I've tweaked out on the podcast? Is this 2 weeks in a row?
I think so. Keep it going.
Wow, that's crazy.
Keep it going.
Stuff.
It's okay. Even with it, Skylar's out here going crazy. It's awesome. We love it.
Some things just like they irk me, and that's one.
Good. I hate the price of video games now. It's really pissing.
Not even that. I don't hate the things have to grow in price. That makes sense. But a drastic jump like this just to join in the market is
it's like a 33% increase, bro, from 60 to 80.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And it doesn't even
like
there's like crazy graphical quality, you know? Like it doesn't justify that price.
Like with clothing, like everybody isn't matching Nike's price. And not everything is like, it's like a hoodie's like $100, like standard everywhere. It varies everywhere depending on what you want. So why is the video game market all or nothing?
You think like, the score?
Any games are better. Any games
are so wrong. But Expedition 33 was a cheaper game. I just bought it recently.
Yeah.
It was like $50. Like, it's crazy that you can make an insane game and still sell it for, you know, a reasonable price.
Some of the most popular games ever are free.
Yeah, true. Some of the best games are under $30.
Yeah, there's Minecraft, Terraria, Fortnite, and Rivals. Some of the most, Terraria is not free, but the other three free. A pretty popular game ever. Yeah. Microtransactions, low upfront cost, and they work.
But that might just be like live service games that like last for, you know, years and years.
Yeah, but you don't need to make you don't need to have like a game that takes 10 years to be made, you know? Just make a good game.
Right. Like it just, with these price increases. What's guy?
They have Siege. That's like an old game that's cheap, and they keep adding more like different like camos. Nothing that really, they have like new
operators.
Yeah, new operators. But like,
I think you're talking about like story focused games, because that's what Borderlands kind of is. But even in that aspect, like you can still do shit like that. Like Halo has story focus, but it's, I can't use that as an example. That game fucking sucks.
Well, you can use can you use Sparking Zero? They're a story they have story.
Yeah.
And they
No, you can't use it. I was gonna say that game kind of fell off a cliff with the player rate, but that doesn't really mean anything, you know. The actual game because it's still
it also had a high
crazy.
Different.
Yeah. Well, it was $70. That's kind of what average is nowadays. I think that's like my limit. Depends on how excited I am for a game, I guess.
Okay, Chan, what were you saying?
I know we're not fans of the price increase whatsoever to like any degree.
Fan of the government.
But if the games at $80 are not finished, ready,
I'm
you
not
know,
even
your
buying
bugs and stuff.
No
Day
way
one-
I'm pre
day one, you're gonna charge that much money day one. There better be little to no bugs at all. Like they better polish it.
pre-ordering any game that is.
What was
Actually, I'm not pre-ordering in general anymore. Fuck that.
what was I'm not either.
Yeah.
But what was the one like first ever like it was like
I'm not.
it was
fan of the government.
it was the oh my gosh, what's the PC game that came to console recently and was like very poorly done and very expensive?
Cyberpunk.
It's the pirate one.
Sea of Thieves.
Yes,
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Isn't it very poorly done? And it costs like $1 or something.
Well, I know
like,
Sea of Thieves was on Xbox for a while. I think it just came to PlayStation, so maybe that isn't. It could be Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones isn't.
Skull and Bones.
What?
I think they.
Yeah, I think you're.
Shit all around.
Yeah, I thought some of the scenes in the trailer looked kind of sick. I was like, oh, they have some potential, but it just wasn't. You're right, it was not good. I think, but they had something. They had something.
We're already over an hour. We're moving into the next segment now. Skylar, it's your cue.
All right. Well, Zach, I have a question.
You pick
you.
every time. I was gonna say do it at random.
He's a big Chandler.
What? I'm always first.
You are?
Got here and there, a couple of times.
You
Yeah,
wanna
like
get
that.
What?
So Chandler, I have a question.
Continue Wario.
Yeah. I don't know. Flip a coin. Flip a coin. I'll be heads.
Chandler. There's only one way to sound this. There's only one way to sound this.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Wait, who's going?
You guys do it because I'm the recording. It's gonna be lagged. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
It's Skylar's fighting for me. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1, go. Rock. Paper, scissors. Sorry, okay.
My eyes are closed, so I don't know what
Okay,
Sky
I'm
went.
gonna say rock, paper, scissors, go, and then whenever
Yeah.
I say go, you guys are doing it. Okay. Rock.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, go. Oh,
Okay,
look at that. Oh, we're not doing.
that was rock.
We're not doing best of 3, dude. We're on it. We're live.
No, my redemption.
Sorry. I should have made that evident from the beginning. Skylar?
Okay. Zach,
Yes.
what have you been watching?
Dude, I can't wait to tell you. Did I talk about Dan to Dan last week? I didn't erase that whenever I was preparing because I wasn't.
You were almost done. You were almost caught up.
I am caught up now, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Well, I like Dan to Land. I like Dan to Dan, but I didn't like the ending. It was bad.
Isn't the ending abrupt? Like you don't know it's the ending, and then
Oh, yeah.
you don't like where it ends too.
That was bad that it was abrupt. Like I wasn't a big fan of that, but I've seen shows end abruptly and it's whatever because once it's all out, you know, it's good. It'll be fine. Don't end there.
I know.
What?
Very bad.
That was fucked up. I didn't like that. I thought okay.
Quite
I'm not a
uncomfortable
girl.
for sure.
I've never been in a situation like that. However, I feel as though if you did and you watched the show and had it end in that way, you would be pretty upset. You'd be pretty traumatized, maybe. It was really messed up the way that they did that.
Wait.
Not a fan. Huh?
It's quite freaky.
Yeah, insanely. I really didn't like that. I liked the show
Yeah.
overall. That was probably my least favorite part. Second least favorite part was how naked everyone was at all times. Other than that, it was pretty good. I liked it.
I thought the animation was really sick.
Animation was really clean.
And it's an interesting story, but yeah, all the freaky stuff with like in the sexual stuff, like innuendo, like completely and utterly unnecessary.
Ruined
Just takes away from the show.
Because it's
What?
not even like it's a cyberpunk thing where it's like this is the world that we live in. It's just like a pervy Japanese guy, or
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's a guy that wrote this. You know, like it just gives me that vibe. I should, you know,
the TVs, bro, for real. I guess this should have been the movie news, but the movie comes out like in like
A month.
Yeah,
Is it a movie?
and a movie.
Or no, these are the first 3 episodes of this season or something, right?
And JJ King does too.
And the finale, which is it really a finale? Like,
No, that I do not want to watch that on the big screen. I'm okay. I'm a-okay actually on that. Wow, that's a wild thing to do. Sorry, I need my camera. I mean my flashlight to see my thing. We're caught up on Fire Force. Wait, yeah, we're caught up on Fire Force. It was sick.
the last couple were sick.
They were pretty sick, dude.
They were
I
sick.
saw a spoiler. I saw a spoiler for the scene where Maki saved everyone and they had the impact frame of Iris. I saw a spoiler for that. I hate Instagram sometimes. I just was watching a clip of that scene and I clicked on the comments and it just was some guy saying, well, because the post said like, how is this possible? And some guy just said in like 3 sentences, like, I'm not going to say it because it's a spoiler.
Yeah.
Like he just said it in like 3
Stop, bro. Isn't that first comment too?
It was the second comment, but like it was just
I'm uploading that.
like, fuck. Like why did I read that? And well, I also like couldn't avoid reading it because it was the second comment down.
Yeah, wait. People have to like it for it to be there. So why did people like it?
I don't know, bro.
I love being spoiled. Let's put it up there for everyone else.
Yay!
Yeah.
My favorite. Me and G have 1 episode left. We're probably gonna watch that right after this of Skate the Infinity. That's a good one. I actually quite enjoyed that show. Actually, there's a lot of sexual tension within it. Like nearly every character is attracted to each other except for the one woman character in the show. She's just is trying to put one of them in jail, but every other guy just very badly wants to make out with each other, especially the villain. The villain wants to have sex with everyone, dude. It's crazy. It is wild. It is a skateboarder. it is pretty intense. It's actually really good though. I really enjoyed the show overall. I'm excited to see how it ends. I'm excited to see the different. I think it's only one more competition left. I'm excited to watch it, whatever it is. It'll be fun.
I think you would like Wars.
I think I probably would eventually get to that and enjoy it because I feel like it's going to be the exact same thing. But Chandler, I have some great news for you.
Okay.
Ready?
Wait. Can I guess what it is?
Oh, you know what it is, baby. Say it.
Did you get the Cyberpunk game?
Fuck you, dude. What the fuck? I thought we were on the same breakaway.
Oh, I did too. I'm not gonna lie.
Skylar, did you do it? Do you know it?
No.
Oh, come on. Me and Chandler have a thing. We bond over it. Zombies.
Damn.
I have every gold gun. I got all of them.
Let's go.
I know.
That was my second guess.
I bet it was.
Sure was.
Yeah. I got every base gun gold.
Dude, that was my next guess. You see
gold too. I'm now like, I'm not going for it, but like I'm slowly starting to do the diamond, the opal camo for all of them.
Like you'll get it eventually, right?
Yeah. But it just sucks that like you have to get there's missions for all the different stages, like all the way up until Nebula, which is so frustrating. Like, why are you making me go back and reuse these guns so many different times? You know, I actually see the advantage of doing it twice because like the first time you're just using the gun at base level and you don't have all the great attachments for it. You're just getting up to gold and then moving on to the next one. It makes sense to go back to it again. Once you have all the attachments, you could build a good use of the gun and use it again with your new camo to get the even better camo. I think that's cool. I don't want to return to it like 6 times, you know, like I'm okay on that. Like after I've used it the second time, I think I understand if I like it or don't like it. And I don't know, but whatever.
I get you.
Hours in each of the guns, but yeah, they're going.
That is crazy. That's commitment, bro. Seriously.
I have 240 hours on the game right now.
When you go on PlayStation, can you tell us how many hours you have on the game?
Yeah, it's 240. I looked last time.
Okay, that's not as many as I thought it would be.
It's still a lot for having.
That's impressive. Doing all that, and I know 240 is a lot. I know it's a lot, and the game is not even out for a year yet, right?
Yeah, and dude, I have a fucking job, and you know that's like my weekends.
Yeah, you're right. It's still impressive that like you did as much as you did in that little of time.
Yeah,
I think that's
is that impressive? I could have been, guys. Oh fuck! That's me just admitting I could have had the X-Men video
right now. Okay, okay.
The Outer Wilds video out a lot earlier if I didn't do that. Oh shit, guys! No.
For yourself, bro.
I know. I'm messing around. Yeah.
But are you really enjoying yourself if you're trying to grind and get the camos? Let's be real.
Well, I wasn't at the in the middle. I wasn't having fun, but at the beginning and the end, I was because I enjoyed doing the pistols, and it was fun because it was like a little race to the end because I just had such little left, and I was proactive, and I didn't make it so that I had to start from the very beginning on my final guns. I was like nearly done with all of them. It was really satisfying the way that I finished it. But in the middle, I was like, fuck, dude. These are all these last like 6 weapons have been the exact same that I've used, and I don't like that. And it's like hard to describe that, but I will in a video eventually because I've put this many hours into it. I got to talk about it. So whenever I review Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I'll talk about the camo grind. And I also am deciding that I'm not going to review a Call of Duty until I've done the camo grind for zombies. That's the now thing that I'm saying. And that it's now on record, therefore it's law, even though I've announced like 40 other videos and never made them.
Cut it out, bro. Cut it out.
Yeah. I also have been playing a lot of Sea of Stars because I want to actually finish that game so I can move on to the next game, which is probably going to be I'm blanking. Astral Blade, is that the name of it? The boobs and knives. Is that the name of the game? Astral Blade? Stellar Blade. That was the name of it. Yeah. There it is. Boobs and knives. Yeah. That's the next game I'm probably going to play after Sea of Stars. I almost said Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Sea of Stars is actually really good. I'm enjoying it where I'm at. They changed the party system that you can like switch through the different characters more now. That was kind of like my biggest complaint was a lack of change in party. But now we have 4 guys. You can only have 3 at a time, but you can like interchangeably switch between them. Shut up, Sky. But it's a good time. And the Eclipse level was really fun. I also like the Vespertine level so far. But I think I'm approaching the end of that. But yeah, I'm done.
I like the aesthetic of it. It's cool.
It's a great game, actually. I would recommend it. It's probably not one of like the best games I've ever played, but it's a really relaxing game. If you want it like a quick fun thing, don't do this. It's a lot longer than you think it would be. Because I'm at like 15, 20 hours right now, and I don't think I still probably have like another 5 or 10 left. It's a pretty RPG, except for the fact there's like no exploration, and that really upsets me. It's just like going and doing.
Linear?
Yeah, it's very linear. But like there's so many beautiful worlds and you want to like explore and walk around, but there's no rewards to doing so. So like that's like that is my biggest complaint with it, you know? But yeah, I'm done. That's my mini review. I'm probably not going to talk about that game again. And other than to say I'm done with it. Also, the animations for the attacks are awesome. I love them.
That's sick. So, is that the completion of what you've been watching?
Yeah, that's what I've been watching.
So Chandler, boy, do I have a completely unrelated question for you.
Do I wonder what this question is?
You called me at an awkward moment. I don't know if you put me on.
Well, I don't know if you out there. What did you even watch?
This got me nervous and everything. What's going on?
He asked it. Yeah.
What have you been watching?
Oh, sorry. It's weird. Like I've asked you guys to repeat a couple of times because as I'm talking, the audio is also coming out of the laptop. It's a little desyncing, I guess. Not as much as maybe last week or the former.
I'm pissed.
I picked up on a show because I finished a lot of my anime. What?
I said bro graduates and has no time somehow.
A little bit. Well, I've been playing a couple of new games, but in terms of stuff to watch, I haven't quite found anything. I tried tinkering with a couple of isekais, but none of them really hit like some that I've seen prior. But I did watch Trigun Stampede because Sky mentioned it a couple weeks ago.
The whole way through it, you watched all of Stampede.
No, I'm like on episode 3 or 4. I just started watching.
You're on the same point as me.
Wait, you're watching Stampede too? I thought you were watching the original.
Yeah. Oh, I am watching the original. My fault.
Okay.
Oh, I am not watching the original. Should I be watching the original?
No, watch Stampede. Both are really good. Stampede. Both are really good. It's like that. You know that meme that's like. I've seen a meme of like 2 people fighting and it's like 2 people arguing over which is better, the remake or the original. And then it's like for Trigun and it's the original, the remake. And it's the scene from Predator where they're like clapping hands, but people like them.
Both are good.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not missing out necessarily.
No, I love both actually. So yeah. Good stuff.
Okay, so
that is just great all around. Bash is a great character.
Bash is pretty
I
chill.
love that scene. That scene in the first episode is like one of my favorite scenes in the entire series, where he's like, "Someone give me ammo." It's
I'm not sure how much I like of him being like a pacifist and all, but
dude, you cannot say that's not cool after watching him blow up those missiles.
I know it's pretty sick how he avoids conflict.
It's so cool.
It's pretty chill. It is.
Yeah.
It's like he's him. He's literally him.
I
But
love that.
I'm sure he'll definitely grow on me. I do like him a lot, but like just I want to see him do some really sick,
Don't
cool
worry
stuff.
about it.
What he still does is still pretty sick and cool.
Yeah.
But regardless,
I've seen that guy steal some donuts. That's pretty cool.
Have
What?
either of you guys met Wolf Wolfwood yet? I think that's his name. Okay.
I've only watched
The guy with the cross.
I think I'm actually on episode 3. I just finished 2. So
He's so cool. I can't wait for you guys to meet him. He's
What's 12 episodes?
if I was a
must
child,
have
I
just
would have
made
built
this?
my what was it?
There's only 12 episodes. They must have just remade it.
Yeah. They're making season 2 soon.
But I don't like I kind of binge it all.
Dude, it's so good. It was the first thing I watched after finishing One Piece.
Really?
Yeah. It was really good.
One Piece is finished.
Once I caught up to it, diphthong. Yeah.
That's a new one.
That was rude. That was
one's
rude. That was rude. That was rude.
I'm not mad at that one. I liked it.
Choose the thoughts one added.
Okay.
Or normal thought.
No.
No, the new word.
I went to the theaters last night spontaneously to watch Final Destination Bloodlines with some high school buddies. I've never seen a Final Destination film. I've only ever seen them like on
TikTok.
the Kill Count. You guys know who that is on YouTube? I used to watch this stuff like years ago. He does horror movie reviews, Sky, and he for the most part, or some reason, for the most part, he like just counts all the kills. But in doing so, he kind of summarizes the whole movie. I really like this content. But first Final Destination I've ever seen, and probably as far as I don't know how those are. I know they're really cheesy, but this movie was actually great. It was a great movie.
That's what everyone
It knew like it was a horror film, you know, and like so it would make kind of some jokes, but it wasn't like oblivious. And oh my gosh, the kills were ridiculous. They were so creative, so cool. So
I've yet
cool.
to see Sinners. I have a friend at work who is big into film. His name is Trevor. He's the GOAT. He saw Sinners and also this movie. He's a big fan of the Final Destination movies. He told me that Sinners was very good, slightly didn't live up to the hype because he said the second half of it wasn't nearly as good as the first half of it. And he said the Final Destination Bloodlines was so good and exceeded his expectations so much that he had more fun in theaters watching that. And honestly, says they're kind of comparable.
That's insane.
It's kind of sneaky with that. I can see that. I can see how they're kind of
He doesn't
good.
mean it in the way that like he says that like he doesn't think that that Final Destination is a movie that is going to make you think about shit like
It doesn't, for sure.
but
But it makes you feel
for what it is. It's amazing.
Yeah, you actually like are emotionally attached to these characters that are going to die.
Yeah. Hey, everyone.
And they
dies.
did.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
how it is in life. We get emotionally attached to all these people that we know are good. That's fucked. What I just said there.
That would
Damn shit.
IRL, bro.
I didn't like that. Oh fuck. Oh, that made me upset. Someone talk other than me now.
It's okay. I have more things to say. Okay, so
yeah.
I beat Days Gone so far. I think it took me like 45 hours maybe of game time, but I would be playing more if it was synced to PlayStation. But because the trophies aren't, I don't care so much about completing it as a completionist.
That's fair.
Picked up Clash Royale a little bit, not Clash of Clans.
Hey, say its name. Say its name, Chan. Hey,
Core.
Or
hey, yeah,
Core.
there you go.
Like
Yeah,
Core.
core. Yeah.
I don't know. I now realize why I gave up the game. It makes me so tilted sometimes. I'm like, gosh, I just need to put the phone down. And Rocket League, lastly, just kind of play it casually, somewhat competitively. You like Rocket League?
No, I hate Rocket League. I'm
Oh.
pleased at it though.
Did you like Rocket League?
Yeah.
Did you ever?
Until it made me angry.
Fair.
I
That game
just
makes me
don't
so
think it's fun because I don't think you could play it casually.
That's
You
what
really
I was saying.
can't.
I don't play that game casually.
Yeah.
No.
Because it's just like soccer's competitive, naturally, and
It's
I think you could dig around and play soccer, like casually.
I love
You can't play rugby because you have to lock in the entire time.
Yeah, the mechanics.
You can play Rumble. Did you ever play Rumble?
Rumble now.
Rumble is pure chaos. It's so enjoyable. You get power-ups, bro. You can punch the ball, you can kick other cars, you can swap with other cars, like your location.
Like the boogie
You
woogie.
can what?
Like the boogie woogie.
Kind of. Yes, exactly. Like
Sick.
if they're driving towards your net and you're driving towards their net, you swap and you literally are driving towards their net and they're driving towards your net.
I want that. I want it so.
There's another where you can like freeze the ball or you can like get Super Saiyan power so anything you touch just explodes or you just murk the ball. Rumble is truly fun.
Probably not going to download it.
Play with friends. It's like if you can do like local co-op, it's the best game mode I'd say. But that is all of what I have to say.
Ready? 3,
Go on.
2, 1.
Guy, what have you been watching?
We did pretty good that time. Did pretty good.
So I don't have a whole lot.
But you graduated, bro. You have so much free time.
All back in my okay. So what?
Oh, that's funny.
But I am like 20 chapters behind being current on One Piece.
Let's go.
A little more, 25. So
Yeah, you're probably further than me, actually.
am I? No,
I
that's
think
not.
so, yeah. I'm pretty far away, actually. I'm not even anywhere close to Aldaf. We're sailing there. That's whenever I stopped. I saw. Wait.
Channel mute.
We're at a really weird point here where if I say the last thing I saw and you haven't seen it yet, then that's fucked up. But if you say the last thing you saw and I haven't seen it yet, then that's fucked up.
I saw the Bonnie thing. I don't know if I like it.
I love it.
Dude, I don't know.
I'm a big fan of it. It's awesome. She's a child. That's exactly like what, because her power is destined to get weaker as she gets older and loses her imagination. And she has the epitome of like this deity that can transform into this power and give other people powers. Like, and seeing the other giants like get so into it whenever he appeared, it was so awesome. And then he was like, Bonnie, you could do this shit. And she was like, I can do that shit. And then, but like, it was very clear that one is like so much stronger than the other one, even though the other one is still able to use it. It was so, I liked it. Oda's a madman, but I like him.
Yeah, it's so it's definitely something.
It's real.
Like I
love it though.
like it's not like my least favorite thing. Sorry, I'm currently pulling up your videos to see your last
The last thing
review.
was Bonnie.
Was that the last?
Yes, it was 100%.
Okay.
The last thing I read,
I was just trying to see what chapter you were
last
at.
chapter I read was 1128. That's not in video. I recorded that a while ago.
I'm on 2.8. Okay, you're 5 ahead of me. Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Good thing I didn't say shit.
Oh, I can freely talk.
Yeah.
The Vegapunk talking about the void and what happened was kind of cool.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't think
shit.
that was gonna be it.
I know, right? I didn't either. Dude, we've learned so much in Egghead. It was wild.
Oh my god, yeah.
I
Like the last like 20 chapters, like it like kind of changed the previous like 1,000.
What do you think? Dude, I don't even know what like the water level rising, like that's so cool. Like what is it? It's obviously
They're like water level will rise like 3 meters. And it's like, oh, that's pretty bad. And it's like, oh well, in the void entry it was 1,000.
Yeah. And it's because of that the weapon that Emu has and destroyed the Lucia. It's interesting because like what is that? Like why is that causing the sea levels to rise? Is it just full on water displacement? But if it's water displacement, why hasn't it gone down over the course of like?
Or if it's water displacement, why is it rising? Like why is there more water? If it's just displacement of the same water, why is there
The
more?
displacement would be like if it went all the way down to the Earth's core, it pushes the water out, which raises the rest of the water. But it wouldn't stay that way. Yeah,
Yeah, it would still back.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
And then
what's up with that?
does this mean that the fishmen were originally like, were the fishmen always a thing, or were they like a recent inhabitant that, like, yeah?
Yeah.
And does that mean that that like whole like thing was originally on the level and then it went down and then Poseidon came about? Like, how was Poseidon a thing?
No, because Joy Boy had an apology to the Fishman princess, but like if that kingdom was above water, then he could have just been there to write the apology. You know,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Like, so much has changed. Like, so much is different.
I know
now.
it's so awesome. This is I love One Piece.
Also, it is absolutely insane how overpowered those elders are.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
How do you kill
but
them? Like,
they
I just
are
don't get it.
ridiculous. Huh?
Like they just heal from everything. Like I really don't.
I don't know how yet. Like I've seen the 5, and because they all ran an attack.
Wild that all
and
5
it seems-
never. I didn't think that was gonna happen when I started out.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Seeing,
I thought the one was like spawning. I thought one was spawning like more of like it can like create.
Yeah,
but
all 5 of them.
that was insane. Also, Lucci cannot beat Zoro. I'm in that. Zoro had that guy unlock.
Dude, but fuck Zoro for that, dude. Actually, fuck Zoro for taking too long. He was like fucking around with him with just 2 swords, and then when Jinbei got over there, he was like, "All right, I'll end the fight. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do it." And then
I was like, it was not. Well, I kind of like it that he was doing that because it was like
they're trying to escape.
one despises Luffy for everything he is, and one absolutely adores Luffy and is loyal to him because of everything he is. It was the
him.
battle of perspectives,
I also like that,
and they were both playing with each other because they both think they're so strong.
Yeah.
Well, they both think they're so strong.
In that moment where Zoro was like, if this is how strong you are, you never stood a chance. Whatever he was talking about.
Yeah, it was.
That was so hard. I really enjoyed that. That was great. I also like the moment where Jinbei throws Zoro. It reminded me of the Wolverine and the Thing combo from Marvel Rivals. I thought that was funny. And also that scene from Dressrosa where Orlumbus bowled Zoro into Pika. I thought that was reminiscent of that. Okay, we could be done with One Piece talk now if we want to get Chandler back somehow.
Yeah, that's fine. But
This is a flawed.
I don't really want to start.
System. Okay, there you go.
Sorry, guys. I had a long list of texts that I got.
No, you're good.
Just
We just started doing it. It's impressive you noticed.
and then Game of Thrones. I'm officially on season 8.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep.
Peak Entertainment.
Yep. Yeah.
You're gonna have every question not answered.
None of them will be. I know that's the worst
The
part.
thing just ends.
I have so many.
Love that.
None of them will get addressed.
It's
but,
better if you don't care about any character going into the season.
I no longer do. I don't like any of the characters anymore.
You're probably going to have the most enjoyable experience one could have watching the season.
I liked all the characters, and I feel like the last like 2 seasons kind of killed them.
Yeah.
But
Literally, sometimes. Haha.
still going literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just love a show that has no source material to rely on.
Full Metal
That's
Alchemist.
easy. Huh?
Full Metal Alchemist.
That had nothing to rely on?
Not at the end of the first one.
Oh, I never finished the show. I didn't.
Well, you haven't probably watched the original one. It's the same thing as Game of Thrones, where they started.
Yeah, I watched Brotherhood.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist, the first Full Metal Alchemist, same thing as Game of Thrones. Started it while it was coming out, and then they caught up to the books, and then they just kind of freeballed it from there. And then Full Metal Alchemist finished coming out the manga, and then they restarted. In Game of Thrones, they're probably just going to wait till George R. R. Martin releases the book in the next 25 years. He probably doesn't know how to end it, if I'm being honest.
I'm trying to
Just know it's not like the shows did.
Yeah, just don't do that. Spoiled a bunch of shit.
really wide. I'm on season 7, episode 7, so about to be on 8.
About to be on it. Sick, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna pick to watch after that. I thought it was gonna be one thing, but I don't know if I can take another hour episode.
One Piece.
Dude, I wish.
One Piece
I'm
live
not gonna,
action.
no, I'll probably wait until it's the remake,
Fair.
and then I'll make her watch that. But I thought I was gonna pick Severance, but I don't know if I can sit through more hour episodes right now. I need like 30. I absolutely despise 1 hour episodes.
These don't feel like an hour.
But
They feel like holy beauty.
these ones feel like 3, so I need a
Yeah,
break.
there. I know. I get it. Hey, you're coming for Game of Thrones. I understand.
Yeah, so gotta find something else. But aside from that, I've been playing a lot of Minecraft, which is weird. But I got a dinosaur add-on.
Oh yeah,
and it's been really fun.
Yeah, it's very difficult for like the hour I was on.
It's very difficult. The T-Rex, you just, if they're aggressive ones, you just hope that you're significantly faster than them. And newsflash, you never are. So you die a lot. And then I've been playing some Arbor Rivals, and it's been pretty good. So,
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? It keeps it going with you. I have a thing to add after.
and then my main thing is I've been studying for the CPA exam.
Oh, W media review.
I'm currently like 34 hours in to material.
Yeah.
Probably gonna hit. I want
Let me know when you get to the 240 numbers, okay?
to like total or per test.
I don't know. I was making a joke because I have 240 hours in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 compared to your
I know I started studying exactly a week ago. I've done 5 days
Let's
and I'm at like 34 hours.
That's crazy. At least 6 a day, bro. Yeah, well, no.
At first, now I've been terrible the last 2 days. It's 3 days now. Like this week, I've been absolutely terrible. I don't know how. I don't know what happened. Like whenever I first started, I was getting 8-hour days so easily, and I was able to retain like everything. And then I had graduation. And I took the next day off, and I started again on Monday. I got like 4 hours, and then yesterday I got like 3. And like yesterday was the worst. Like I got like basically nothing, and today was terrible. I got like 5. So it's been tough. It's been bad. And
That's a lot to study, though. I feel like anything more than 4 is, I feel like, a good amount. But I know you have a schedule that you have to keep up with, so I understand. But I feel like at least 4 isn't anything to worry about. That's a lot of just logging in. It's not like work. But like, what's so fun about studying? At least work, you can like talk to people maybe, and like it's just you and the screen, bro.
That stuff. A lot of respect for that.
Off the screen, me and Lily went for like a 4.5 mile walk today after I finished one little part because my brain was scrambled, and that was a good walk. I felt it was very relaxing. And
Nice.
Yeah. But I think that rounds out. I mean, obviously I've been playing Dokkan. But that's like always there. I think that's it. I watched a couple episodes of Scooby-Doo, but that's
a constant.
Too.
The thing that's bad is that I purchased on Amazon Bleach Rebirth of Souls, the video game that retells Bleach and also is a fighting game. I'll let you know how it is. I saw a bunch of clips on YouTube and it actually looked pretty fun. And also I got a sneaking suspicion that's probably the best way to experience the Bleach story because of how terrible early Bleach is. So I'm excited for that. I'm interested. I saw some clips that they delve into some story bits that they don't even go into in the anime. So I'm interested to see some stuff like that with it. So I'll keep you posted. Maybe I'll kick Skylar's ass in it.
Probably. There's one more thing that I want to add before we go. Zach, you're going to love and hate this at the same time. Burger King is having a How to Train Your Dragons collab.
What do you mean
with their menus?
There's not a single thing I love about what you said right there. Fuck that.
How to Train Your Dragons.
I hate that this new
Burger King
sucks.
Yep. Yep.
What did they do to get that?
I don't know.
This is the most depressing way you could have ended the podcast.
It is, and I'm hoping to let you know next week. And I want to see your face whenever I tell you what I had and what I think of it. I am so.
Hey, look at the watch, okay? We have a while until we record because of Chandler shenanigans. So you got to remember.
It's spook. It will be around.
Okay, you'll remember. It'll be okay. Okay. Love that. All right. Does everyone have 4 rolls out this week?
Yeah, I'm good.
4 rolls have been.
Yes. All right. We'll catch you guys next week with Captain America 2, the second Captain America, and we're going to compare that, how well it works as a sequel to this movie, and completely forget the rest of the Marvel Universe. But yeah, other than that, we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Have a great time.